I wish it was possible to express the amount of pain that I'm in right now. I woke up this morning and I literally had like an excruciating pain in my lower right leg. And I decided to hop on the scale, and I realized I've gained weight once again, and I already felt like the pain was due to swelling in my legs, and I don't know what to do about it. So I'm gonna go to the doctor's office. I completely lost my appetite today. Like, I even made me a breakfast, which is like bacon and egg whites, and I'm just totally like, I'm done. I have lost my appetite, and yeah, trying to hold it together right now. Today has been extremely rough. I have been emotional all day. So I woke up this morning and I was like in excruciating pain. And when I got to the doctor, she said that I could potentially have like a blood clot, which it turned out not to be a blood clot. I feel like this is a journey that God has been wanting me to go through authentically. And for some reason, I feel like mentally I know the reason. I don't know what he's gonna do through this journey, but I feel like I need to be me. And for so long, I've had like a facade. Like, I've lived with just living on the surface. I've navigated my business life, my financial life, and everything, and it all seems to be okay. Like, oh, Trey has it together. And people look at me and it seems like my life is together. Like, you know, I'm smart and I, you know, have these things going, and, you know, I have a good heart. But I feel like there's this one area where it's like, you got life figured out, Trey. But this one area, you've not submitted over to God. You've not given him. And it hurts because I feel like it's the one area that I feel like the most vulnerable in. It's the one area that makes me feel shame. It makes me feel like a fraud. Like, it almost is like this one area devalidates everything else, you know? And I feel like this area, it makes me think of like the study that I did yesterday on that tree of knowledge of good and evil. It's like it's bleeding out into the rest of my life, and it's affecting me in every area. And I feel like God wants me to expose this part of my journey publicly, because I've always had a fear of being vulnerable and showing weakness. And actually, it was the very thing that kept me from God. Is the thing I learned growing up, you know, that people hold on to God, or they believe in God because of their inabilities to do things on their own or believe in themselves. They're weak. And I feel like this is what God is like helping me to break by being dependent on him in this one area. And it's just not easy. It's really not easy, you know. Honestly, even to say what I'm about to say feels so shameful. Like, it It feels embarrassing. But when I went to the doctor today, I had to get an x-ray or an ultrasound in my leg to make sure I didn't have a blood clot, because I believe that this cyst in my leg is like fluid buildup on the back of my knee. And it was probably from like working out so hard. Like, I think I'm so hard on myself that I work out so hard. It's like I just want to lose all the weight in one day. But I ended up going to the doctor and getting it, and she told me, you know, there's no blood clot, but you do have fluid built up in your leg, which I feel like I knew. This isn't the first time I faced something like this, but this is the first time I've been in pain about it. And when I tell you I've been in pain all day, I sat in my car and just cried. Because before I left to go to the doctor, I got on the scale, and I knew that I wouldn't be happy with seeing the number on the scale, but I did it anyways. And I saw that I weigh officially 360 pounds. And even just thinking about the fact that I allowed myself to get this way, like, honestly, I'm documenting this, but I feel like this is stuff that I need to walk through. And I can't say that I really believe that God's gonna I can't say that I believe that God's gonna use this. Like, a part of me feels like recording this video, right? I don't want to post it. I really don't. Like, I specifically, like, I use a phone, right, to record myself, but I turn the camera around so I don't have to look, so that I can just be authentic, because it's so hard sometimes to just be honest and then think about posting this publicly. Like, I feel like these are the things I go through in private, where no one's around, no one's able to see it. And so the idea or the thought of like posting this publicly is like, I want to say it's scary, but I know that God hasn't given me the spirit of fear. And so I have to confront, like, why am I so afraid? Why am I so afraid to be vulnerable? Why am I so afraid to like share this journey? Even though I know that, you know, it's like shaming the devil. I feel like this really puts my faith to the test. Like, do you trust God, Trey? Do you trust him that he even cares about your health, that he cares about your weight? You know, one of the things that I've thought about was, if you're in good health, right, and you just have weight on your body, is that something that God thinks about? Is that something? It says that he cares about us overall, right? He cares about us as a whole. But I think that sometimes my faith has lacked in the area of feeling like God cares about my weight, the weight that I'm carrying, you know? And he says, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. I believe that my weight is, you know, a manifestation of the things that I'm carrying, and the pain in my leg is like, I can't hold it anymore in my own strength. Like, literally, my legs are starting to hurt. I can't stand. You know what I mean? It's like, it's all symbolic. Like, it all has a parallel. And I know, like, I'm I'm very like, I tend to be super theological, right? Because I study the Bible a lot. And then I tend to be very smart in business. And I've held on to those things, my smarts. I've held on to those things because I felt like they were what created my identity. You know, when I was younger, my mom always said, be pretty enough, be either smart enough or have enough money. And I feel like I chose smart, and now I've been hanging on to that. And now it's time to let it go and just be myself. And I feel like I've had such a fear around people not accepting me as who I really am that it's easy to just pick this part of my identity and hold on to it. But that's not really my identity. This who you see right now, these are the things that, no, they don't make me who I am, but these are the things that I face when no one's around. This is a part of my pain, you know? And it's easy to hide this type of stuff, but because I deal with it privately, you know? But if I feel like if I continue to deal with it privately, nothing's gonna change. Like, I kept telling myself, like, I'm gonna wait until I like get to the end of the road and till I lose the weight to make a before and after story and share that with people and give them inspiration and hope. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer person that's like, whoa, it's me, I'm fat. Like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want people to see me as that person. Like, this is not easy. Even recording this video. The only reason why recording this video is slightly easy, it's because I can't see myself. But when I turn it around and I go back to watch it, I can't even go back and watch my videos right now because I won't post it. I just won't. Like, I make a lot of videos that I'm like, yep, not posting that one. Like, a friend of mine, honestly, the reason why I'm doing this and that I've got the courage, because I laid in my bed with my leg propped up for so long. I even dozed off and took a nap. And the reason why I'm doing this right now is because earlier I was on the phone with one of my best friends, and she said, Trey, watching your video just like inspired me. And she's not even dealing with weight issues, but she's just like, just to see your journey and what you've gone through and like who you are right now is like inspiring. And I'm just like, and she's like, you really should be documenting this because I know that it's so many people that it could help. You know, there's so many success stories, but no one's like you walking this journey and helping other people to understand. And then, you know, I said, you know, I'm like, I don't want people to see me this way. And she goes, it's not about you. And honestly, that just like, that alone was like, okay, Lord, I have to be willing and obedient. And even if my will isn't there yet, Lord, help me, because this is my step of obedience. You know, I don't know. I don't know where this story would lead, but that's why I said it's a Doring story, because I'm just hoping that as I walk this journey, it'll bless someone else.